Well, it's Monday again, so here I am as promised. Those of you who tuned in last week may have noticed I wasn't wearing glasses, and now I am. It's not magic, I was just wearing contacts, because I had to order a new prescription after annihilating my last pair. So from now on you should see me with glasses, assuming I don't break these anytime soon. Actually, I'm recording this right now on Friday, which happens to be Canada Day. Yay, Canada! For those watching who do not know, I'm in fact Canadian and damn proud of it. I got my Vancouver Canucks t-shirt on, I got my Molson Canadian beer, and I'm gonna watch the fireworks tonight. It seems, though, that Monday happens to be Independence Day, the day the US celebrates their independence. In Canada, we call it our nation's birthday. In honor of these two celebrations being so close together, I'm going to list some comparisons about the US's independence and Canada's birthday. Comparison number 1. Obviously, the first is the most obvious. The US fought a 7-year war with Great Britain for independence, while Canada, well, talked. Well, the US may have gotten its independence about 100 years sooner. Canada became independent quicker. Didn't have to kill a ton of its own and other citizens, and it had much more personal and vicarious experience in which to form a more effective government. Not that that actually happened. Just as an aside, sorry for not helping with your war, America, but we were, a little preoccupied with beavers and gold. Anyway, comparison number 2. The US War of Independence is known throughout America and Europe as one of the greatest conflicts in history, not just because of the end result, but the war was majorly decided thanks to the involvement of France and their allies, and the threat of them invading Great Britain could have potentially triggered the First World War. The biggest conflict during Canada's Confederation independence was over whether or not blue was a national color or not. After all, how many countries could there be with red, white, and blue flags? Comparison 3. The American colonies were strong and resilient, but they lacked the sheer manpower and resources to combat the British, especially their navy. Without the aid of France and their allies, the US may still be a British colony today. As it turns out, the French were the main opposing group when confederating Canada, and to this day still piss and moan. Not that I have anything against French people, but I mean, come on guys. At least you're not a... Comparison number 4, the American colonies fought for independence when Great Britain tried to implement taxation on the colonies without giving them any parliamentary representation, which was illegal then and remains so in every representational democracy today that I know of. In Canada, it mainly came down to Great Britain saying they didn't want to leave any military support in their colonies and the threat of invasion from the US. Case in point, the War of 1812. Thanks for that, America. Appreciate it. And number 5. In the end, only the US gained true independence. When Canada was confederated, it was still intimately tied with Britain on a political level, and today all bills passed through Canada's Parliament still have to be approved by the Queen's representative, the Governor-General, before it is passed into law. Nevertheless, Canada remains a symbol for peace, and many of its judicial and political policies are respected and even adopted by countries all over the world. And there you go, 5 differences between the US and Canada's Independence Days. If you all enjoyed my little history lesson, I will be back next week where I will be talking about the recent riots in Vancouver, the psychology of mob mentality. Until then, forget to be awesome.